The moment everything changed, there's a split second that separates ordinary interviews from life-changing television. It happens when the person across from you realizes you're not just asking questions, you're actually listening to their soul. In that moment, walls come down, truth emerges, and magic happens. Oprah Winfrey mastered this moment better than anyone in media history. But what most people don't realize is that this wasn't just great television. It was the foundation of a business strategy that would transform her from a local news anchor into a billion-dollar media mogul. Today, we're diving deep into the hidden architecture of Oprah's empire, revealing how she weaponized vulnerability, turned emotional connection into currency, and proved that in business, the most powerful strategy isn't manipulation, it's genuine human empathy. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I've been fascinated by how certain leaders transcend their industries entirely, and Oprah represents the ultimate case study in building authentic influence that converts into lasting business success. Chapter 1. The Foundation of Authentic Connection. When vulnerability became a superpower, most media personalities in the 1980s followed a simple formula: maintain professional distance, ask the obvious questions, and never let your own emotions show. Oprah destroyed this playbook on day one of her national show. Her mastery of business storytelling lies in her ability to blend authenticity, vulnerability, and relatability, creating a narrative that resonates with audiences. When Oprah shared her own struggles with weight, abuse, and self-doubt on national television, she wasn't just being brave, she was conducting market research in real time. Every time she opened up, she discovered what her audience truly craved: permission to be imperfect. This insight became the cornerstone of everything she built. While other media companies were trying to project flawless images, Oprah created a brand around shared human struggles. The empathy economics revolution. Through her methods, she has built an empire based on empathy, understanding, and the power of storytelling. What Oprah understood before anyone else was that empathy could be systematized and scaled. Every segment, every guest selection, every product recommendation flowed from the same question: how will this help my audience feel less alone in their struggles? This wasn't accidental. It was strategic emotional intelligence applied at massive scale. When celebrities appeared on her show, they weren't just promoting projects. They were participating in a larger narrative about growth, healing, and human potential. This approach transformed routine interviews into cultural moments that people discussed for years. Chapter 2. The Storytelling Empire. Building Narrative Architecture. Oprah Winfrey is a master storyteller who has effectively used storytelling throughout her career to build her business empire and connect with her audience. But her genius wasn't just in telling stories, it was in creating a systematic approach to story curation that could generate infinite content. Every successful segment followed the same narrative arc: struggle, revelation, transformation, and hope. Whether interviewing a celebrity about addiction or discussing a book about personal growth, the story structure remained consistent. This narrative consistency created something unprecedented in media: a reliable emotional experience. Viewers knew that no matter what topic was being discussed, they would leave feeling inspired and less alone. This predictable transformation became Oprah's most valuable business asset. The content multiplication strategy. What separated Oprah from other talk show hosts was her ability to turn individual stories into multimedia empires. A single compelling interview didn't just fill one show, it became a book club selection, a magazine feature, a future network special, and eventually content for her digital platforms. Oprah's entrepreneurial endeavors, such as the establishment of Harpo Productions and the creation of OWN, reflect her understanding of the business value of compelling storytelling. When Oprah endorsed a book, she wasn't just giving a recommendation, she was creating an entire ecosystem of content around that story. The book club discussion became television content, magazine articles, and eventually shaped programming decisions across her network. When influence becomes income, the most remarkable aspect of Oprah's business model is how seamlessly she converted emotional connection into economic value. When she recommended a product, it wasn't just an endorsement, it was a trusted friend sharing something that had genuinely helped her. This trust was built through years of consistent vulnerability and authentic sharing. When Oprah talked about struggling with her weight and then recommended a particular approach, audiences knew she had actually lived that experience. With a net worth exceeding $2.5 billion, her business spanned media, publishing, and philanthropy. This massive financial success wasn't built on manipulation or clever marketing tricks. It was built on genuine relationship building at scale. The permission-based business model Oprah pioneered permission-based marketing. Her audience didn't just tolerate her business ventures, they actively sought them out because they trusted her judgment about what would improve their lives. When she launched her magazine, people bought it because they trusted Oprah to curate content that would help them grow. When she started her network, viewers tuned in expecting the same quality of transformational content they'd experienced for decades. This level of trust is incredibly rare in business and almost impossible to manufacture quickly. It requires the kind of consistent, authentic engagement that Oprah demonstrated over decades. Building systems around empathy. The genius of Oprah's approach wasn't just that she was naturally empathetic. It's that she figured out how to systematize empathy across multiple business ventures. Whether you were watching her show, reading her magazine, or viewing her network, you experienced the same core values. With her unique interviewing style and empathetic approach, Oprah became a beacon of inspiration for many. This empathetic approach wasn't limited to her personal appearances. It became the operating philosophy for every business she touched. Her production company sought out stories of transformation. Her magazine focused on personal growth. Her network programming emphasized real human stories over manufactured drama. Everything was aligned around helping people live more authentic, fulfilling lives. The cultural currency creation. What Oprah accomplished was unprecedented. She created her own form of cultural currency. An Oprah moment became shorthand for emotional breakthrough. Being featured in her book club became more valuable to authors than traditional bestseller lists. This cultural influence translated directly into economic power. Publishers would adjust their entire marketing strategies based on whether they thought a book might appeal to Oprah. She didn't just succeed in media, she influenced how the entire industry thought about content. The Empathy Empire Blueprint. The systematic approach to human connection. What makes Oprah's story so powerful for modern entrepreneurs is that her success wasn't based on unique talent that can't be replicated. Her approach was methodical and can be learned. She consistently chose vulnerability over perfection, focusing on service over self-promotion, and prioritized long-term relationship building over short-term profit maximization. These aren't mystical qualities. They're strategic choices that anyone can make. Small businesses should leverage storytelling to create meaningful connections with their audience, humanizing their brand and conveying their values. The businesses that will thrive are those that understand empathy isn't soft, it's strategic. The infinite game of trust building. Oprah played an infinite game. She wasn't trying to win against competitors. She was trying to keep playing in a way that benefited everyone involved. Her success made the entire self-improvement industry bigger rather than just capturing market share. This approach created sustainable competitive advantages that couldn't be easily copied. Competitors could imitate her format, but they couldn't replicate the decades of trust and authentic relationship building that powered her empire. The lesson for modern entrepreneurs is clear. Your sustainable competitive advantage comes from the depth of genuine relationships you build with the people you serve. Thanks for watching, and remember, in a world full of noise, the most powerful voice is often the one that speaks with genuine empathy and authentic care.